What's up everyone, MK Tom Brady here, and in this video I'm going to talk about what the next NRS game is actually going to be. And to me this is a pretty easy discussion to have because what the next game is going to be really depends on when the next game is going to be released. Now before I get into that, I want to address the thing that no matter how many times it's addressed, people are always going to say, but Tom, we already know what it is. It's a Marvel title. Just wait and enjoy the Marvel goodness. And there are some that actually believe that it's a Marvel versus DC title. Well, let me sprinkle some reality on a lot of people that think this. To say that there are a lot of hands in the Marvel character rights cookie jar is a gross understatement. And to get everything lined up to make a Marvel game, especially a Marvel versus DC game, I just don't think is possible. And as I covered this more in depth on a previous video, this Marvel rumor, many people think, oh, it was leaked by a previous NRS employee who leaked it out. No, this leak comes from a movie and gaming insider, Daniel Richtman, and like most insiders, they're hit or miss, usually more miss than hit, but when they hit, the hits are obviously talked about a lot more than the misses. And he posted to his fan Patreon, and then that got out, and then an article got written. And from that article, the entire internet blew up with, aha, rumors of a Marvel title. It just comes from one guy on his Patreon who has been right on leaks in the past and wrong on leaks in the past. So I don't think it's going to be a Marvel title. Now, if you're someone, as many do believe this, that thinks 2022, in spring, April or May, we're getting the next NRS game, well, that would point to Injustice 3, because we know Mortal Kombat is a brand new game from the ground up. And if they're making something not Mortal Kombat, that's also going to be a brand new game from the ground up. But Injustice is more of a legacy title, where they take the base of Injustice and they tweak a few things and they add some characters and they add a couple of things here or there. But it's a legacy game. And if you're coming out of COVID where you're way behind and you're having to, fill a lot of positions on your staff after the pandemic has ended, well, the game you're going to go to is Injustice if you're going to get that game out by next year. And of course, look, our good friend is back, Anonymous. He has resurfaced. And now his new thing that he's spinning on the rumor treadmill is, here is the base roster of Injustice 3, which I put no stock in this whatsoever outside of Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Cyborg, Aquaman, your Justice League, WB Justice League from the movie. And I don't put stock in anything else in this article because Anonymous isn't exactly, whoever this guy is, the most accurate as far as rumors. Let me not start with all the Mortal Kombat 11 rumors. So if you're someone, like I said, as many do believe, that thinks next title's coming out next year, probably sometime in December, you're going to get an announcement for Injustice 3. Now, if you're someone who believes, it's a next-gen only title, they're probably not, they're going to wait until more of the next-gen consoles have flooded the marketplace. That would probably lead towards the next 2 years. So about maybe 19, 20 months from right now, that April, May of 2023. If that's the case, then there's a couple of titles it could be. Maybe Mortal Kombat versus DC 2. Some type of Mortal Kombat title, right? Or it could also be Mortal Kombat 12. And the reason for this is, if you think about it, if they were to release, as many believe, a Marvel title in 2023, that's probably when that would be, well, that means the next MK game wouldn't be till when? Around 2026? That's 5 years from now. That's a long time for NetherRealm Studios' flagship title, Mortal Kombat. 5 years to be out of sight, which would make it out of mind. That's a long time. 5 years is a huge time period for a game to just go, without any type of really being noticed at all, just kind of out of sight, out of mind. So if you think about it, 2023 is 4 years from 2019 when Mortal Kombat 11 came out. And Mortal Kombat is usually an every 4-year kind of deal, because there's Mortal Kombat, then there's the next title, then there's Mortal Kombat again. Well, that would fall into the every 4 years you get a Mortal Kombat game. So you could maybe be looking, as I said, at MK versus DC2 or even Mortal Kombat 12. Either way, I think that's more realistic, and you might see maybe a stopgap game in between there, maybe some type of a quick Shaolin Monks title, which doesn't have to be developed by NetherRealm itself, maybe by someone else in Warner Brothers, another gaming team. As keep in mind, Shaolin Monks 1 wasn't done by the Mortal Kombat team. It wasn't even done at Midway in Chicago. It was done at Midway West over in California. So Warner Brothers could very well do the same thing with a Shaolin Monks remake or even a Shaolin Monks 2 as a stopgap. And then we get MK vs. DC2 or Mortal Kombat 12. I think that's more likely to be the route. But really, I wouldn't be surprised to see Injustice 3 either. But regardless, I think it's going more either Injustice 3 or some form of a Mortal Kombat title, either 2022 for Injustice 3 or 2023 for the Mortal Kombat title, with a stopgap in between now and then. But I really don't see it going anywhere else. Of course, I could be wrong, and maybe it is that Marvel title, and maybe it's none of them, and it's something that none of us expected. Who knows? Either way, I think this is the route we're going, but only time will tell. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Love hearing from you guys as always. Thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for more content.